All right, art students, I am back and with another action pose position, quick action pose position. And let's just get into it. Let's get into it. So I'm going to use the 21st century stickman again because somebody asked me about how would you use that with a lot of twists and turns and from the back. So the front, the torso is always going to be the same. We're going to have this one twisted. You drew your oval. Let me slow down. You do your oval. I've been doing TikTok lately. So I'm kind of like rushing it, and I did a really rough on this actual position. So while it's still fresh in my head, I'm going to do it again for this. I did a rough, and I decided to put it on TikTok, but this is going to be the main one for the YouTube channel. So we've got this, and we're going to turn it like this. Okay, we're going to turn it, and this guy's he's going to twist. He's going to twist. So we've got that. We're going to put the stomach in. Remember, if you do a V, upside or a triangle, that point is going to be in that center. And then this, wherever this touches that point, that circle, is going to go up. You want to follow that curve for the most part, because that's where it's going to turn at. So I'm going to do this. You're going to have to kind of feel your way into how far you want to bring it down, but you don't want to bring it down too far. You don't want to have it too fat. You don't want to have it too skinny. You don't want to have it too wide or long, because that's going to represent the female. So that is my, what is that? Kind of like an oval. So I'm going to turn this into a tube. So basically this is going to be the side. So depending on how much you turn that tells you how much you're going to turn your figure. So this is turned this way, and because you see this is going back in that direction. So you have an opposite twist, and that's how you're going to do it. So you're going to, remember, you're going to have a center. This is going to come, if you're twisting somebody, it's going to come around, because this is the only part that actually moves. This won't move, this won't move. It won't bend or twist. It'll twist, it'll turn, it won't like twist. So you're going to bring that down and put that in the center of that. Go around that turn, go around that circle, this shape, whenever I start naming shapes. So then I'm going to put the actual weight, hips, the underwear, whatever that V would be called right there. Okay, so we have that. Now I want to, because he's turning, I'm going to tilt the collarbone, and that's where you get a lot of your action from, is when you tilt your collarbone. Have one side up, one side down. Keep that in because it's turned. For some strange reason, I continue to put it on the side because that was how I taught myself, and it's a habit of doing it. Once I said to myself, okay, that's not really right. Sometimes when I'm doing it quickly, I forget to bring it on the side. So we're going to have the chest just a little bit over that. And I always do, I know it's a circle, but I always do this kind of shape because the chest is just kind of like built that way. And at that turn, you want to bring it up to the arm. So this is going to be the side of the chest. So this is just going to come up like that. Then from there, we have this left over. I want the neck, and I want to put the head like looking this way. And then I want to put the neck. Subject to change. Then I want to put a shoulder right here. And the shoulder ends like right where this collarbone hits that circle. That's where your shoulder ends. And because you're kind of looking up at the character, the collarbone is I'm going to give it a little bit of downward, kind of like doing a mountain curve to it. So, okay, now here is this part. We're going to bring this. This is what I'm saying. You have to kind of feel your way with how long or how short you do this, because you don't want it to be too fat. So because he's leaning, it's going to be this curve, and then it would go in here and then come out here. It'd be that little pinch right there. So of course, I always say your center is going to be where your leg is going to go. So I'm going to put this leg on, bend this leg. Not too far. It's going to be more of a flying position. You can do the knee. This is going to be back a little bit. That might be, but it's going to be facing you. I was going to say this might be a little short, but it's going to be kind of facing you for shortening. And then of course, on this side, we're going to bring it down. And then like this. Maybe I'll bring it down a little bit more. So we're going to have that other knee here somewhere. and then down. Good pencils. This is one of my new pencils, so I've got an eraser. I'm looking for an eraser. So that might be a little short, but we're gonna lengthen that later. And the same thing with the arms. Arm's gonna come out here, and I'm gonna put the hand right about here. So of course that's gonna be like that. It's gonna be short, and this arm is gonna come from behind to here with the hand like that. So when you have that torso done, you have most of your work is done already. So let me put those muscles in that neck, those two muscles that go right behind the ear. Put his chin here, up. And usually I do the head last, but I don't know why I'm just doing the head now. So we got my arm. So let me draw my shapes of my arm. So you're doing your arm, you're gonna do your oval, and you're gonna do your triangle, cone. So this would tend to be the cone, because the other arm is going back. The other part of the arm is going back. So let me go ahead and draw this arm, get this pencil out of my way. Your delt actually goes up like this. Since you're high up, or since you're looking down, you're gonna have the center line, and I'll split that delt in two. This is gonna be my arm, my bicep right here, my tricep right here, and then my forearm. This is gonna curve in. That muscle, the bone is gonna be right about here somewhere. And then you have that right there. So I'm gonna give him a little more lat, just a little more to bring it out. Okay, let's do the legs. Let's do the legs. So it's gonna be around here. It's just an oval around off of this little part. And here we have where the little V here. I'm gonna bring the other part of that leg here. So this is gonna be this kind of the center of the side of your leg. It's not gonna be the center of the front. This line here. So I'm gonna go to this knee. And of course I'm gonna make that a little fatter. So let's get this real quick. Let's do this because I'm gonna put the love handles. So I'm gonna bring this. It's gonna follow this down, because this is twisted. This is the only part that twists or is soft and pliable. So we're gonna come down here. You're gonna have both sides. So I'm gonna have my what do you call it? The love handle right here, which is gonna go down in there. And this love handle is going to be a little higher because it's pulling. And this one, remember, this one is kind of squished. So you're gonna have the buttocks right here. The buttocks is gonna be right here. This is this part that you are filling in right there. That's gonna be your buttocks, as your love handle comes right down to that, and it curves around, which I'm saying I'm going to make it bigger. That leg a little bigger. Because the leg actually comes like this. It comes up and down like that. So it's good to draw. If you have like books with actual models in it, it's good to actually start studying those. So my calf is going to be bent up. So the calf is just this ball here, and then you have the back of your leg, the lower part of your leg. So you won't see this. This is going to come off of this again, this love handle. I'll make this a little thicker because I like my guys that have thick thighs, football playing thighs. Here's my knee right here. So I'm going to draw my knee. And if you have two colors, it's good to have two colors. You can always do the second part. If something is in front of or behind something, you can always take the second color and then just draw it, or at least the parts that you know are going to get in the way. Like I could have drew this one red and then had this one blue, but I'm just drawing that part because this is going to be the knee. This is the knee. Pulling my paper off. And then I'm going to have the foot. So this guy's kind of like in a flying position. So the foot is going to go down, heel, the instep, and then the toe. And the same thing here, heel, instep? Instep is this or is it that? One of the two. Arch. This is the arch. Like that. So you see the twist, and by doing this, you see more of the twist. Yeah. You get your twist. I was going to say something, but I just jumped out of my head. So coming up here, if you go straight up to like this point, this is going to be your serratus, those ribs. Because they follow that same thing, but you wouldn't see them here. And then under that, these are kind of like claws, and then you have those other ribs that come there. But I usually don't do those. But if you're twisting the body, then the skin is going to pull, and it's going to pull more to where you see these ribs at. And back here, all this back here is your lats, All right, so let's do something with the stomach. I like to do my little V here, then I'll curve it to open it more, and then it comes down. There are different shapes to the way the ribs are, or this part is. So you kind of do you, as someone said, do you. So let me curve this chest a little bit to give it a little more roundness. And then so, because this is a curve, that muscle is going to go that same way. Most times I'll tend to bring that top one here where it comes down at, as in, let me get a piece of paper. If I'm doing this and it turns here, I'll tend to do my first muscle right at that curve. But everybody's muscle is different. And then that second muscle, and so forth and so on. But since this is twist, these muscles are going to kind of, they're not going to be perfectly square. They're going to be scrunched in, as I will show you. So let's say I'll do this first one. Curving, remember this whole thing is a circle, so you want to keep that muscle into a circle. So this one being squished, I'm going to come out. Let me draw this darker so you can see it. I'm going to come out from a squish position and then go wider. And then the same thing with this one. And then this one's going to go down. So this is going to be a little narrow right here. This one's kind of just there because it's in the squish position. Did I just draw an extra muscle here? So yeah. And then some people do that part that comes off the rib. It just makes it look good, makes it look better. Like you got an extra muscle. And then you have your skin folds. So what I do is like a little half a triangle or half a diamond, and then this one I can actually bring this up some more. Because I think this one is, they get smaller. I think this one is the biggest, this one's smaller, and this one's like really small. And then you have that, because your belly button is right about here in between this one and that one. And this is part of your stomach muscle as well here. So we got that little diamond. This is a full diamond. This is a full diamond. This is a full diamond. And this is a half. And then this, which you probably won't see too much because it's going around. So what I want to do here is I have my love handle. I'm going to bring that in a little more just to give him that more of that superhero tapered feel. I'm going to bring it in and then bring it out. Because this is the rib. This does not collapse. It does not fold or anything. It's solid. So this is my rib right here. All of this is not moving. Anything under that is going to move. So this is my love handle. This is my leg. And then, yes, this is not going to go anywhere. So, almost done. Now, I'm not going to see too much muscle in this leg. And on the outer part of the leg, I think you see, you have that. Let's get this knee. You have, because you're going to have that V, but this is going to be the center of the leg. So you're going to have this part here and just a little showing there. I know I've got so many blue lines in here you can't see. And then a little part of the muscle here. And so if I erase some of this, it may make sense. A little more sense anyway. So this, I can make this calf a little bigger. Bring this down, your ankle is right there. See where the calf separates and that line and that bone separates. From that bone separates. The foot could be maybe smaller. This got a little more calf here. Define that calf. That could be a little shorter. There's going to be my ankle. And then my foot. All right, so we got this. Like I say, you have that there is your bicep, your tricep, and then there's a muscle that comes between here, and it kind of connects to this muscle here. So I'm going to put my knuckles here, and you're going to see some of the back of that hand. So what I'm saying is, you see some of the back of this. So this is kind of that square. This is kind of a square, and this comes down into a triangle, shall we say? So I'm losing my voice. It's going to come down like this, almost into the diamond, except your wrist is going to be right here, and your fist and your fingers. So you'll see the back of that fingers. Draw it right so people can understand. And you might see some of the back of your fingers. Thumb comes up like this, and then your wrist, and then you'll see this part right here. All right. And be careful not to make your hands too small. So we're gonna have your knuckle. I'm losing it for a second. Knuckle, 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 and your other knuckle. Remember, your fingers do not go all the way to the top of that. See that? See where my fingers stop, or the opening, or the split between my fingers stop. They do not go all the way. I don't know if I'm going to ink this or not. If I'll correct my mistakes in ink if I ever ink it. I will ink it one day, but maybe not in this video, because as I said, for some strange reason, I'm losing it. Here's my knuckle, here's my finger. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. My fist comes up and then down. My finger just got fat for some reason. Then I would put my knuckles. Shouldn't put my knuckles there first. I should have put my fingers there first. As I say, this comes around and it actually goes into this here, which you won't see it connect. But I wouldn't connect it anyway. I would just have it like that, and then you have your other muscles, and you have your elbow. Yeah, your elbow, that funny bone right here, and it creates a line. So you can put shadow under that if you choose. This one is going back, it's going up, and it's going back. Don't see too much of that. And then you have your arm, which I will curve. Should I bring that arm down? Let me bring that arm down a little bit. I believe it will come down at more to your waist. I believe, yeah, that's looking a little better. And then I will put this fist here. Question is, how much do I want to see of the palm? Where do I want to put the thumb? What I'll do usually if I do a fist, I'll do this right there. I'll do that first. I'll do this square, then this square of the thumb. Then I would decide if I want to see, some of the palm or anything like that, or if I need to see inside or the bottom of the fingers. But just starting out with the square, and then I'll say, like I said, I'll say, do I need to see the top? Do I need to see the bottom? So I'll go with that square, these two squares first, and then I'll see. So I'm going to see the palm. I'm going to see the inside of the palm. So that's going to curve around. I'm going to see under the fingers. 4. Then I will round it off. Make this a little thicker. My knuckles, this knuckle should not be the highest. This should be the highest, and it goes lower and lower. And at this point, I'm gonna have to bring the fingers in and give them some curve, I think, from what I'm trying to do. A little curve. It's a little stagnant, but for the time being and the sake of time, I'm going to keep it that way. As I say, if I ink it, I will ink it and correct my mistakes. Red pencil, give me a second, let me sharpen this. With my brand new sharpener, look at that point, look at that point. I could put somebody's eye out. Had to spend money on a sharpener, yeah. Another reason to have a second color, as I say, once you get too much going on, you can always use that second color to see what it is you are doing. I think I'm continually making these fingers a little bigger. Especially that one, which shouldn't be that big. A couple of people asked me to do a video on hands, and I'm working on that. But there's not one real way. There's not one way to do hands. The hands take so many different positions, so it would be hard to show you how to do a hand in like one video. So I'm trying to figure out how to do it. This palm is messed up. I'm trying to figure out how to do it so that you guys can understand, because I don't want to just draw one hand. I want to be able to let you guys see how to take one hand, take the hand and turn it in multiple different ways. And that's like, yeah, that's not an easy thing to do. Make that wrist a little thicker. I don't want to, I could have pulled that fist back. I don't want to make this fist bigger than the other fist, but it's getting really close to getting big. Okay, 23 minutes into this video. I don't want it to be that long, so I'm going to make this fist a little bigger. And of course, as I say, you're going to see the back of that. This is going to go into that wrist. Then this thumb. You won't see any of the inside of the fingers like you do that one, like you did that one. Got my lats looking good. My bicep. Like this. So I think that might be it for this one. Let me put an indication of where the face is. Bring that chin down. No, that chin is too far down now. So the neck is going to come this way and this way. Pull that back, make the traps a little bit more right there. Make the traps a little bigger right there. Indication of the face, he's going to be looking that way. Half between that, halfway, pretty much halfway. Get a little bit of nose and then a little bit of mouth. You're going to give him bottom lip. That chin is just, where's that chin? Fix that chin. Yeah, so there you have what you have. And I can keep tweaking this all day, but then you'd be looking at like a 40-minute video. So I don't want that. All right, so there you go with this twisting position. This is how you twist it, by turning this. To erase some of this. I'm going to do this in red again so you can remember how this was. You're seeing this side of the opening on that little drum. I'm going to call this a drum from now on. And it goes back like that. And you'll be seeing this part, and you'll be seeing that side open. So that's how you would do that using the 21st century stickman position. And erase some of these lines that we don't need. And there you would have it. Don't need that line. So there you have it. Twisting position using the 21st century stickman figure. All right, that's going to be it. Hope that you did learn something. Leave a comment if you did. Tell me some of the things that you would like to see me draw. Yeah, and whatever else you have on your mind. So I'm about to ramble because you know me, I'm the rambler. And I will see you guys in the next video.